I'm trying. There you go. So like, so what I have to do, I have to like hit it. I try to hit it to make it go. I hit it to make it go horizontal. So when I record, it's horizontal view. But I have to shift my phone a certain way. I have to, of course, shift it horizontal. But for some reason, when I put it on the stand, when I connect the phone to the stand, you know, it doesn't read. So I have to do it, and you have to hold it and do it, and then put it in this case or inside of the stand that it's on. Hope that makes sense. I said a whole lot of whippity doo dah. All right, let me get comfortable. All right, I got my water. Awesome. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Man. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. I have to go on YouTube on my iPad just to make sure it's in the actual camera. And I can't see any comments just in case anybody wanted to leave me a nice comment. I'm going to finish up my session 0 for my solo crew, my solo adventure that we're getting ready to go on. And we're going to try to figure out, well, we're going to add some narrative, like some cool RPG elements to the game. So it does have a story in the back that allows you to, creates like a nice storyline, a nice narrative play. But it does ask you to have at least a few campaigns under your belt before you take that to that area. Let me check. We'll go there real quick. First, let me see what it looks like online. There we go. Man, Mrs. Coach is super fast. Thank you so much. She's the best. Boom, 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 boom. Let me see. What does it have in here? It's called Story Tracker. I like going live because I can just kick back, like no prep. I just figure out what I'm gonna do. So there we have right here. So in the back right here, in Appendix V, the story track. It says a story track is a way to plan a story arc into your campaign. Let's see. It does not replace the normal campaign game, which is the sequence of different things that you go through. It says it instead, as you play, certain events take place, forcing you to deal with them. The story track is an optional addition to the core game. Not too fast. But thanks. I appreciate you, Mrs. Coach. Thank you for putting that link up there. That start playing games link. So let's see. The story track is an optional addition to the core game. It is recommended that you wait until at least your second campaign before employing it. Okay. So what's your second campaign? So maybe we can, add this to the story once we get past this first campaign. And the campaign is super cool. Look, it's set up good. The only thing it doesn't have is an index, which would have been nice. The weapons reference is good. Here goes the campaign turn. So you do your traveling, and then you do your world. What you would do in your world, you would you have to upkeep and like your ship repairs. Every time you touch down into a new world, you sign and resolve crew tasks. So determine job offers. Let's see, assign equipment to your to your crew. Resolve any rumors. Rumors have the ability to turn into quests. And then you choose your battle. You kind of set up your battle, and then you do your battle, and then you do post battle stuff. And that's the sequence of your campaign turn. That's how your campaign turn goes. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to finish with my character creation. I've got a few things over here that I'm going to pull out just because I have access to them, and I'm going to utilize what I have because why not? Okay, so why not? And I did live yesterday. I did character creation for my crew. So we're going to create a name. And I wanted to go through this right here. I wanted to kind of flip through it since we're not in a rush, since we've got this part down. And there's really not much more that we need to create when it comes to now it's time to kind of jump into the game. But I wanted to first create like some backstories so then I can really, make a nice game out of it and stuff. So I wanted to create just a few lines, a small paragraph for each of them of my, what do you call it, PCs. Excuse me. Yes, my PCs, even my bots. So I've got two like these aliens, and I've got one bot, and I've got three humans. I don't have a name for them, and I haven't provided. I got equipment. I rolled for my equipment. It's really simple character creation. You create the type of or pick the species that you want, and you just fill in all of the. It's already going to have some pre-generated scores and stuff. You fill in those scores, then you roll for your background, your motivation, and your class. So I like this is a really cool game. I got this. I had a feeling I would enjoy it, and I am, and I'm actually enjoying going through this and taking my time. It's a nice addition to it. It's not necessary, of course, because I haven't even finished through one campaign yet. I'm in the process of get prepping for a battle in my personal game that I'm playing on the side, in my off time, my downtime, and stuff. But I wanted to grab this. I like what do you call it, Modifius. They're pretty cool. So I enjoyed the way that this was set up. It seemed pretty simple, pretty easy. I think things that like are new sometimes can feel a little intimidating. So it took me a while to get started. So, but I'm glad that I finally did. I think I got this in like the summertime. So, but yeah, so I got that, and I'm pretty sure if you weren't on the live, then and I also got this as well, and this is pretty cool too. So it's a zombie apocalypse, and you kind of choose the type of apocalypse that you want. Um, yeah, create like a community and stuff like that. Gather resources, survivors, and build a little community. And you take it to the tabletop tactical tabletop rules, and it's like outlined, laid out really good, and it also has an index, which is super super cool. Very convenient. So and it's pretty cool. I'm setting up to play this as well. So I've got one game of this going and one game of this going. So, but this is really cool, and yeah. So try it out when you get a chance. I like this so much, and I like the way the books are made. I got this right here too. I just started reading through it, but I'm enjoying my journey. This is also a standalone game too. Okay, you get to what do you call it? Command or larger units and stuff. So yeah, but I am delving into this. This has something inside. It's called the Bug Hunt. It's a campaign. It's a game inside of here, an adventure that you can take your crew on, and it is standalone. It shows you, it is standalone. But the rest of the stuff inside of the book are like extra rules and expansions. I think older, not, but other games or other kits or other expansions kind of thrown into just one book. You look like a collector of sorts. Ha ha ha. Well, current moment, I'm using these and I'm using that zombie one. So, and I even if I don't have time to play, I'll pick it up and kind of flip through the pages and read through because they're pretty cool. Like I said, I like the way that it's organized. It's very very helpful. So this has like an introductory campaign to kind of teach you how to play, which is super cool. It has player versus player and co-op scenarios. We can change the difficulty in here. It's got some extra, what do you call it, classes or species. It has something called C psionics. Psionics that you can add to your game when add to your character and stuff. I was thinking about looking through a couple of these and seeing if there was something that I kind of possibly wanted to throw into the game and stuff, or into my character creation aspect or campaign or whatever. So we're gonna flip through this. What did we do last time? We kind of looked through it. I've looked through it a lot more since the last time that I was flipping or playing with it or showing it off on camera and stuff. So, like I said, I really like this game. It's really cool, super easy, super simple to get started. And I'm going to create some names for my characters. Also, inside of this book, Boom. Again, it's just a sci-fi. What do you call it? There was something inside of this book. Boom, 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 boom. Where it had like world names because I need some world names. Name generation. Name generation. Yeah. Tables. Do 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 do. Oh, there we go. 157. Boom. Oh, let me put it back in the camera. So maybe we can play with this because we're going to start on a world. I wanted to name it, and then and there's a part that you go through in the campaign turn when we start the actual solo play, where you you roll on a chart to see what type of traits the world has and stuff. So maybe we'll do that now since I already know that that's a part of it. We can do that now, so then we can come up with an interesting name. But and this is, like I said, this is a cool book. If you already have this book, this is a nice addition. And I'm pretty sure the PDF is a lot cheaper than the book, but the book's, no regrets. They look good. And they've got some cool information. This is a really dope book to add. Here we go. So we've got like a name generation table, different ones, different names. Let's see, we've got one for the colony, one for ships, which is cool. Like I said, I'm in the process of looking through the book, and I found these earlier today. And then corporate patron name generator, which I think the patron that I'm currently, I haven't rolled in this game yet. But remember, because I'm playing my own thing on the side. Then you've got the bug hunt right here. Like I said, this right here comes with the character creation. This right here, I'm pretty sure the game alone this is a standalone. Boom, boom, boom. So what we're gonna do first? We're gonna do the world traits because that's a part of the game. And for Friday's video, I'm going to go ahead and start the process. And even though it doesn't have an index, it is color coded, which is also very helpful. Which is the reason why I was able to get here pretty fast right there. So let's see. Boom, 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 da do da do. Oh yeah, on Friday's video, we're gonna go ahead and start up, and we don't have to worry about the travel. We're gonna go straight into New World arrival steps. See if we need like a licensing, do some rolls, see who are all patrons remain behind unless they are persistent. But we're gonna roll on this right here. This is part of the process of the New World arrivals, just to see if maybe it will help us come up with an interesting name for the actual for the world that we're gonna come upon. And we need the name for the ship and the crew. I'm gonna put that down real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Ship name. Different things that we'll need. This is gonna be we're just hanging back, chilling, a little session 0, finishing up our characters, finishing up our ship, different details and stuff like that. And there's a part right here where after we take care of, so we're gonna get through this aspect right here. So then we get to a part after we handle a few things, what you're supposed to do once you land onto a new world, which we're gonna name. And you're supposed to assign and resolve crew tasks. So these are different things that your characters can go. You can find a patron if you don't already have one. We're already starting with 3, and that's how we're gonna kind of make some money and stuff like that. See, I have my fan on, and I need some chapstick. You can train, you can trade, you can recruit, explore, track, repair. You can kind of repair some kits. Try to fix broken items, and you can send a decoy out. Sometimes you might start the game with a rival on your tail, so you can send a decoy out and help avoid rivals from finding you. Okay. So yeah, and I think this one, that's what I was gonna want to look through this to see if it had any because I'm not sure, but extra like things that we can do as far as crew tasks. So yeah, we're gonna roll on the world table. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, okay, there we go. I was trying to see. I have some more dice out, some different ones today. Let's see. Is it a D100? Yeah, it's a D100. Most of the stuff, as far as the tables, a lot of them in here. That's gonna be a 62. Do 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 do. Oh, and then from what I know, if you buy the physical book from the actual site, you get the PDF for free. So let's see, that was 62, I'm pretty sure. And it's going to be a dangerous world. And I think it was on the site. I think it's on the site, or is it? It's another. I can't remember what website, but you can get these. I think these are in the back of the book too. What do you call it? So it must be on the website. So these, what do you call it? Just player aids. I don't know what you call them. I can't think right now. But so you've got one for your enemy logs, and you've got one for your world, so you keep track. So it's cool. Good, nice organization. So we're gonna write the world traits down. This is a part of the process, a part of your campaign turn, but we're just doing it a little early, so we're gonna put it to the side so then we can figure out some type of dangerous name for this world that we are going to arrive in. And then I was also thinking, that's why I pulled that part up. So this aspect right here, I was thinking maybe we can throw a map out, right? Or we can just create like some random areas where the characters can go into. And then they have these things inside of here where it is characters that you can kind of throw into the game. I forgot what they call it. They don't call them an NPC. So I was gonna throw some of them into into there. So maybe these are people that we can connect with later down the line. Maybe we can build a connection with. Maybe by building a connection with these people, we can maybe we get like an what do you call it? Maybe something added to different roles to benefit. That will be an advantage. You feel me? Since we already know these people. You see where I'm trying to go with it and stuff. These are just ideas that I had that I was playing with in my head just to, because again, I really like the game. I like the way that it's laid out, and I would like more of what do you call it? And I know that I can put something in. Maybe if you want to help me out too, if you have any ideas, definitely drop them in the chat. Sorry, my nose. Let me turn the fan on, see if it. So so yeah, that's what I was kind of just an idea that I was playing with. Let me move this up. Just an idea that I was playing with. Maybe Mrs. Coach can let me know on whether or not you can actually hear the fan in the background. Yeah, that looks good. Push it up. All right, so yeah, so that was one way I was going to add some RPG elements inside of there, and maybe we can add some extra roles in there too. So I got a suggestion which I've read in a lot of different books and stuff like that. So nope, you can't hear the fan. Fan away. Okay, speaking in code. Mm. I'm not hot and sizzling. I was trying to help out my nose. Yeah, so yeah, one way we're gonna throw some RPGs. If you have, like I said, if you have some suggestions, definitely drop it into the chat. I was just gonna play with some stuff, be creative, and make mistakes and learn from those, or if you would consider them mistakes, because I thought you said the fan wasn't good, so I turned it down. Woman. All right, so yeah, so the traits that we got for our world are we got dangerous. It was a 62 that I do remember. So where's that 62 at? So it's dangerous. Wow. Thanks, Mrs. Coach. Let me turn the fan back up. All right, so the world is dangerous when rolling on the roving threats encounter table. Increase the number of opponents by +1. I don't even know what that table is. Like I said, I'm still learning along the way. So I'll just notate that real quick. So let me see. P74. Let's see. Hold on for a sec because shouts out to Mrs. Coach for grabbing some awesome balloons that are floating around the room at the moment. So I'm gonna pause this fan real quick, and I'm gonna move these so they don't get swept up into the fan. Thanks, Mrs. Coach, for it. And she got some vegan cupcakes. They were delicious. Okay, because we finally you had to hit 4,000 watch hours in a year in order for it to be counted. So then, you can monetize your channel. And we recently hit 4,000, officially 4,000 within a year. And we had a nice little celebration. She got some sweets. We had some good food. I'm over here trying to detangle it. Let me see. So, and these are really dope balloons too, by the way. And that was so awesome. Thanks to everybody who has helped out along the way. Every video that you watched, every time you commented, everything that you guys did was beneficial for the channel. And thank you so much. Let me see. There seems to be I appreciate that. Special Agent Utah. So for this game, for Five Parsecs From Home, are you asking, is this the only game, or what other books do you need with the game? Because if that's the case, all you need is this one right here. This one just comes with an adventure, and it comes with some extra additional information. I think maybe updated rules, but this alone is sufficient enough. But my apologies if I didn't answer that question correctly. So, oh yeah, thank you, Mrs. Coach. Shouts out to Mrs. Coach for helping the channel. Donuts, yummy. They were delicious donuts too. So, and I just have extra books, just because, like I said, I know that I like the book, and I was curious about what this had, and I read about it to see what it had, and it had some good additional stuff that you can add on. Okay, awesome. That's what's up, Special Agent. But yeah, this is the only book that you need. This is the only book. If once you're done, like I said, once you're done, you want to add a little bit of extra stuff. It has like new extra characters, some more tables inside of that. I was gonna open it up and look through it and stuff. And then there's another one, and I just got it because what I read about it, I liked it, and I like the game already. And then and I like the layout, so I purchased another game, which is a zombie apocalypse game, and which is a separate game from this right here. But let me see. So the name, it's going to be A Dangerous World, and this book right here. Remember, this just has extra stuff. Definitely is not needed. Just some extra goodies inside of there. It also has other missions and more quests and stuff like that you can take your character on. Like right here, you've got some stealth missions. You've got expanded factions. You've got an introductory campaign. You've got street fights. How to handle that? Throw that in there. You can do savage fights. Let me see. So boom, 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 boom. I was gonna go to the end. It has like where you can do like a no minis combat resolution, player versus player. Something called Psi. Okay, psionics. I was trying to read some. So psionics, how you can make one of them, one of your characters has that type of power, how to throw it into the game. I was gonna look through that as well because I was curious about it. I didn't want to add too much. I'm still taking the time to read through the book, but so far I think it's pretty cool what is added. It's got some dramatic weapons. So yeah, and what do you call it? What else? Boom, boom. Change your difficulty. I guess make it a more difficult. Let me see. It has some extra cool stuff inside of here. Let's see. So we're gonna go to 157. We're gonna create a world name. 157. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. We're gonna play like I look at the names and I play around with. I'll maybe see a few, maybe 2 or 3 names that I like or find interesting, and I'll play with them and somehow create a name from those 3. So, yeah, that's what I do a lot with especially with names of characters and just in general. Just why not? I can just make up stuff, and it will also create a ship name. Uh, Let me see. Your ship is called the Roll Twice. Okay, let's try that real quick. Let's do our ship name first, and then we'll go to the world. So, because we've created our character. Remember, story points, again, they just help you, what do you call it? You can push things in your favor, re-roll things. You can use story points to gain what I read yesterday. Gain 3 XP for one of your characters every campaign turn. You've got your abilities right here. You've got reactions. It's kind of like your initiative. I think we're gonna look that up. You got your speed, your combat, what you would add to your attacks, your toughness, and then savvy +1. And then you've got luck. Your captain or the leader automatically begins with 1 luck point, and we're going to look that up again what luck points are, but seems like, again, something that will work in our favor, possibly with rolls, maybe with rolls and something else. And that's pretty much the gist of the character. You have motivation in your background, and then what do you call it, and then you get class, pick a class. So I've got a negotiator, a bounty hunter, a mercenary. I've got another mercenary. I forgot I had 2 mercenaries. And then I have I can't even read that right there. So, a petty criminal. I don't know how I did that. Let me fix that. So, a petty criminal. And then I have a bot. So, when you have a bot, you don't roll for any type of, there's no real character creation on that aspect for your bot. And we rolled for our weapons as well, but we'll get to a point once we start the solo play, once you do the steps, when you what do you call it, arrive in the world. uh that's when it'll tell you when to kind of dish out your equipment, and I guess probably right before we start prepping for our battle, we'll, what do you call it, hand out all the weapons and equipment. I think we only got like 1 gadget or anything like that. So I was gonna try rolling on the ship name. Then we'll do a crew name. I don't know what we're gonna do, but let's see. So we're gonna roll on this twice. So boom, boom, boom. Let's see. What is that? A 40? Oh, I also have this cool handy dandy. Oh, where's my handy dandy sheet? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is on the site too, and it has like different actions and movements. It looks a little I don't really know, but I'm learning this part. It's what do you call it? Combat. It seems fairly easy. Movement, it's fairly easy. So it seems fairly light rules. So yeah, but at first glance, I'm like, what the, with all this stuff on here? But I understand. As far as hitting, firing, you can brawl. So boom, boom, put your fist up and stuff, or chop them in the throat, or you know what I'm saying, punch them in the throat. Um, yeah, and then shooting. But yeah, so we'll get there. And so we got a 40. Oh, this is what I was gonna show you. This sheet right here. So I'm pretty sure that's a 40, right? Yeah, 40. A 40 and a 4. So we'll do orange for the side. We'll do 4 right here. Exuberant. All right. So let's do 40 right here and see what that looks like. Let's do brave. So it would be brave otter. I don't know. Let's try it again. Let's see. 89. Let's see, 89 over here. Hawk. I can do that. Let's see, 89 over here would be possible. So Hawk. Let's see, 87 is the same. Insurpassable. This is why I typically don't use the charts. I just kind of see Hawk. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I'm just kind of looking through the names and stuff. But this is for colony generator, and then this one was for. I was looking at some of these names. I was like, for the world names and stuff. Oh, so I had some extra stuff over here too to play with. Because again, we're just hanging out, just chilling. Let me get a sip. So if you watch the channel, you see I love these little loner books, and I've just recently started actually utilizing and playing the system, like for my character creation and all that good stuff, rules and stuff. So I like this. What do you call it? Feudal Japan. I like it. So I use this book for a lot of different things, for adventures on one shots that I've created and ran and stuff as well. So I was just gonna check the name out. I don't know which name I'm gonna start with first. I'm just gonna see some cool names. Maybe I'll create. Oh, and also I have this as well that I use for names too. So because I have it, I use it. That's it. So you don't have to use, of course, none of this stuff. You use what you have. Purchase extra stuff if you want it. You do whatever you want because it's your world, your game. This is what I love about tabletop RPGs. That this is especially when I play by myself. This is my world, and nobody can tell me how to run my world. They can give me suggestions, but at the end of the day, I am the god of my world. So I do as I see fit, as should you. Okay. So maybe we'll start here so we can have a variety of different types of names. Xanathar's Guide. Out of all the stuff all the books that I purchased for D&D, the main ones that I use are the rulebook. I flipped through the 2024 DMG because it's got some cool stuff inside of there, and what do you call it? And but I use Xanthar's Guide for everything when I do run D&D games, and I use Tasha's Cauldron, and then the rulebook because I need it, and the monster manual, and that's pretty much it. The rest of the stuff I just kind of make up along the way. So using some of the other random books that I have, so for inspiration and stuff. So yeah, I use this. I use this for like names, and then of course, what do you call it? It breaks down like different monsters in different areas that you would come to. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me flip through that. Where is it? Boom, boom, boom. So like here, monsters that you would have like in the swamp, for D&D, mountains, and so on and so on that you can use, and not just in D&D. Hill monsters, grassland. And then it has the encounters where it's level 1 to 4. I know this it might be a little different now because it says it's what do you call it? Compatible with the 2014. I don't know, but from the beginning, and from the very beginning, since I started running games, I alter or adjust the monsters' stats as needed whenever, whether it's hit points and stuff. So, but yeah, I've been doing that since the beginning, and I have not stopped that because it's just a lot easier to do that. And then I kind of learn after playing the games with people what would be a good, or a good hit points and a good, what do you call it, AC for the level. And then the new DMG actually assists with that as well. So I took some notes from there too. So, but yeah, I use this. It's got some cool stuff inside of it. And magic ice. It's got cool stuff. So we'll start with the Spanish name, Garcia. I like Garcia. So maybe we'll start with the mining company. Let me see. I'm just gonna look at my characters real quick and see. Orphan utility, wasteland nomads, the petty criminal, and so this one is a bounty hunter. I'm gonna name that one Garcia or Gabriel. Hold on, let me see. It's got a mix with like Spanish names, Polynesian, Slavic, Roman. Mess. So it's got some good stuff, interesting stuff. And like I said, I normally look at a few and kind of mess with them and move them around and stuff. You've got Greek, you've got Indian. So I'm probably not going to pronounce because I'm not even going to pronounce it the best. So I just play with it and just kind of create what I want from there. A lot of times I go for Japanese names or like Egyptian too. Egyptian or Japanese, and maybe Chinese. I'm not sure, but let's see. Katashi. I kind of like that. I'm gonna have the bounty hunter named Katashi. Once I find I know I have a pencil because I always have pencils around. Let me see. Will it tell me? No, of course it's not. So yeah, everybody who's tuned in, we're just kicking back doing our session 0. I'm pretty much done with our character creation. I'm just adding some names to my characters, adding a name to my ship, and a name to the world that we're going to be uh entering. And yeah, we're just kind of playing around, just kind of kicking back and just chilling and stuff. So, and there was an aspect that I was gonna add. I was gonna create like a little map because there's a part where you kind of assign crew tasks before you go into battle. So what I was gonna do was create like a little tiny baby map, and because there's a little chart that you can pick from, you can pick a patron job, you can repair some stuff, you can explore. So I was gonna leave a little area so that way maybe the characters can actually run into other characters in the game. Maybe we can build friendships. I was gonna try to make it interesting. If you have any ideas, any suggestions, definitely drop it into the chat. And so Katashi is going to be my bounty hunter. And let me look and see where some good. Let me see. Egyptian. Egyptian. We've got French, German. Oh, I like Ava or Eva. I kind of like that. Cecilia. I like Cecilia. I'm gonna do Cecilia. That might not even be how you pronounce it, but I'm gonna do Cecilia. But I want to do something a little shorter. Let me see. Let me go to the Egyptian. Here we go. Egyptian. Ahmos. See? Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Kaya? I'm not sure if that's Kaya or Kia, but I think I'm going to, it, as far as it being pronounced, Kaya. Maya? That's pretty cool. Let me see. Atet? Anexi? Um, Let me see. Do. Let's see. Do. Hung. I'm gonna use Hung. Hong. That's gonna be one of the mercenaries. Hung. I'm gonna save this right here is my captain, our leader. I'm gonna save that one. They're the negotiator. Their background, they come from a peaceful, high-tech colony, and their motivation is freedom. So I was gonna play with the backstory. I figured that would be a pretty good backstory. We got some pretty cool roles. Let's see. Bling? No. Key? Oh, what if I do spell the, what do you pronounce the QI key? Huh. So I'm going to do that actually. I'm going to put that right here for now. Key. And play with that. Let me see. And I kind of like Kaya. So I'm going to make the petty criminal Kaya. And then I'm going to, let me see what other names are in here. We've got Celtic. Let's see. I like Ada. So we're going to do Ada. I'm going to do Ada first. I like Ada better. Hello, Hakeem. I'm gonna do Hakeem for what's up, Glee? What's going on? Just chilling. Ada, Hakeem. We've got Hung, Katashi. What am I gonna name the bot? I'm gonna name the bot Joe Brown. My other bot in my other game is Paul John. So we got Joe Brown is gonna be my bot. And I'm gonna actually, since this is my leader, my captain, I'm going to make it so that the bot kind of belongs to, or kind of belongs to the ship. You know, it's a part of the crew, but belongs to the ship and belongs to Key. I'm going to give Key one more name. Let's see. Key Sami. Key. Let me see. Aleph. Asim. Asim. Let's see. Abdul. Let's see. Saladin. Key Saladin. Let's see. Boom, 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 ba-doom, 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 boom. Do-do, do-do. If you have any suggestions, you drop it into the chat. Imhotep. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Imhotep or Keyhotep. No, I don't like that. Let me see. Ineski. Hmm. So this looks like Atmos. I'm going to name it Key Atmos. I'm going to put a K right there. Atmos. Key Atmos. And so we've got Key Atmos is my leader, Katashi, Hung. We've got Hakeem, Ada, and Joe Brown. Boom. So we've got our names. So I wonder what we're going to do for a crew name. What would I... Alright, so maybe we can play with this for a crew name. So we use this Xanathar's Guide to Everything for our names for our characters. Cool book, super cool book. Again, that I use now. And Tasha's Cauldron is another. So, and this one just has some names. It has a lot of different, what do you call it? Tables in here that you can play with. Let's see. I'm just going to play with. So it's just got some. It's got some tables that you can use for inspiration, adventure seeds. It's got some cool stuff inside of here that like I said, I've used in a lot of different things. This is some interesting back here. It's got some NPCs in here. It's its own standalone game. It's got a bestiary. Here we go. You can roll for an adventure, and I think you roll a D66, which is 2D. What do you call it? 2D6s. And you've got random events that you can throw into your game and stuff, mystical locations. This is a really cool book. These are cool books, the loner books. I have a couple of them. Haunted Artifacts, which is another different adventure series that will, they're really great. Locations. So, skill. I think I kind of like the name the Hawk. One of the things that we rolled on, or that I rolled on earlier, for the world name, but the other one I was like, maybe I kind of like Hawk, so maybe I can put another word before it. I was looking at this. I don't know if that's a cane, but I was thinking maybe the Arcane Hawk for the Arcane Hawk for my name, for my ship name. I don't know yet. And I don't know why it would be, why I would call it arcane. Let me see. But, Maybe something dealing with peace. We just hanging out, chilling, 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 chilling. And I hope everyone's having a super fantastically awesome night tonight too. Mm, we'll hold up on the ship name. Let me see. But I kind of like the, I don't know how to pronounce that, but I would say Inari for the actual world name. Inari. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. Inari. Boom, boom, boom. So we got our world name. It's a dangerous world, and it's called Inari. So I can read it. Inari. And our world trait is dangerous world. And there was something else that went with it, and we'll figure that out because I haven't come upon that yet. But we'll figure that out. So we've got our name, and all we need now is a name to our ship. I guess we could look at the charts again on here and see what. Because we already have the world, Inari. I like that for the world name. And here was the ship name generator. I wasn't really digging. I like that. Inari? Yeah, or was that without what it was supposed to be? But yeah, I like them both. I'll put that down. I appreciate it. Let me see. Three. Kind of thinking I probably have. These names are alright right here. I see that. Proud, reliable. For your ship name generator, you roll on it twice. Let me try one more time. Okay, maybe I'll try different dice. Let's see. I kind of actually like that. I'm gonna do Enal rate with an L. Ah, what's up, Vorpal? It's in Japanese. In Japanese, it's pronounced Ri. I can only imagine. That's why I didn't want to keep it at, or try to even really pronounce it like that. I was just gonna play with the name. Uh, I appreciate it. So I'm gonna actually name it Inalri Nu. Inalri Nu. That's gonna be the name of the world. Interesting name of the world. I can dig it. Inalri. Inalri Nu. I'm gonna play with that, but I'm gonna keep that for now. So okay, so we've got our name, and we just want to create a ship name. I don't really know a lot about as far as the setting goes and stuff. I've been utilizing as far as making my character and rolling up on the tables, and you kind of creating along the way and stuff. This extra, this book right here is what do you call it? So it's just sci-fi space, however you want to do it. Yes, space exploration. I don't know about Star Wars, but definitely space exploration. Maybe you're using guns and stuff and lasers and but yeah. So boom, 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 ba-doom, 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 boom. I like Fierce, the Fierce Hawk. I don't like that. Let me see. Empire versus Empire is Star Wars style. So this is a space exploration. Oh, I keep bumping. My bad. My bad. All right. Let's see. All right. That's what I was gonna do. Try one more time. All right, we'll try one more time on here. Let's see. We got 34. What does the 34 look like right here? Majestic. Not bad. I think it's I think this is a miniature game. Yes, it is. But I've only ever seen people play without reading the rules. So it's cool watching you go over things at a chill pace. Word, I appreciate that. This is a super chill pace. That's what I love about live. But you can use it. But what do you call it? You can use it. It is a miniature game, tabletop game. You pick out your miniatures as well. It even has some inspirations in the back of the book as far as some of the what do you call it? For inspirations for your characters right here. Okay. But it also has like you can use what do you call it, grids. So you're playing on a grid, but it also has in this one right here. This is the Compendium because this is the game that we're playing. We're playing Parsecs by Lives. Play 54. Yeah, I don't even know the size like that. The ones that I have, all of them fit within this right here. So I'm still kind of learning that. I'm learning still a lot along the way. But this also has in here no minis combat resolution. And this has like additional rules inside of it, characters that you can add, just some extra missions as well, quests. It has again an adventure, the Bug Hunt, which I think is a standalone. So, but this one has a no minis combat resolution just in case, you know what I'm saying? So makes it a little bit even more travel friendly. You know what I mean? So but yeah, this has some pretty cool things inside of it. This is what I was looking. It has a table as far as the world goes. It has the index, fantastic. Color coded, also fantastic. So I was just kind of play with this. It's got an introductory campaign in here too. So, but yeah, miniatures, tabletop. I've got my what do you call it? My characters picked out too for each. Well, for my other crew, not this crew. This is my YouTube crew, my personal crew. Here we go. This is where I was at right here. So I forgot what we majestic. That's what we did. It clicked on majestic. So let me try another roll because you're supposed to roll on it twice anyway. Let me see. Oh, I'll have all my dice over there for my green dice. Let's try these new ones over here. Do I have? Oh yeah, parsec perfect. Up, where'd it go? Okay, there we go. Looking for my dice. Bumped it again. Sorry. So we got a 67. I'm going to look what a 67 is on here as well. Ambitious, majestic, and let's see what 67 is over here. Majestic Scout. Oops, what? 7 and then I flung it, so now it's going to probably find me. When I'm outside, I leave bugs alone. I move away from them because it's their space. You feel me? But inside the house, I feel like it's like, you know, it's not the same. It's not the same. But outside, again, I'll move away from it so that I don't have to do any type of harm. You know what I mean? But let me see. And we're also around a lot of trees too. So 67. Majestic Scout. I don't know because I just don't want any type of ship name. My other ship is called the Rising Star. Let me think. Let me see if you guys have any suggestions for the ship name. So maybe I'll put a pause on that and we can kind of look through this book right here because we pretty much got everything that we need. Because on Friday's video, I'm going to go ahead and start going through the campaign turns inside of here. So again, this is the only book that's needed, the Shooting Star. I like the Shooting Star. I'm going to write that down. I appreciate that. The Shooting. The Shooting Star. So maybe I'll keep the star aspect. I appreciate that. So I got that. Have that written down. Let me move these books up into the. So you don't need this. You don't need any of the books that I have. This one is sufficient alone by itself, 100%. for you to have plenty of good fun. I haven't even gone through everything inside of this book. I just had some extra funds, and I wanted to grab it and see if there was something I can kind of add into play now. And so, but this is all you need right here. So for Friday's video, we've already got our character set up. We've got everything we need. We've got our credits, money. Let me see. Again, color coded, so I know exactly what section I'm going to. So the next step on Friday's video, I'm going to start our campaign, and it goes in campaign turns. So remember, you've got your travel. The first thing you do, we're not going to travel anywhere. We're just going to actually kind of start. There's a special area that we're going to start, and I'll show you that in one sec. If you haven't already seen it. And then step 2 is going to be your world. You're going to do upkeep. You upkeep and ship repairs. You assign and resolve crew tasks. Again, those crew tasks I was showing you, we're going to try to make them more interesting, or, let's see, boom, boom, boom. So, sorry, right now, the crew tasks, you can find a patron, you can trade, recruit, explore, track. If you have a rival, if you started with a rival, because sometimes when you do character creation, you already start with patrons, which is how you're going to make some money. Or sometimes you might start with a rival. So you can, you can look for a rival for a showdown. Okay, you can send a decoy out and help avoid rivals finding you, and you can repair any type of broken items. Those are different things that you can do. So, and let's see, determine job offers. That will be with I'm pretty sure your patrons and stuff, because that's how you're gonna make that money. That's when you're gonna assign your equipment, because you're getting ready to go into battle, and then you're gonna resolve any rumors. Rumors kind of turn into quests. They have the ability to kind of turn into quests. So, but yeah, that's pretty much. And then you'll go into your battle. It shows you how to actually go through the process of choosing your battle, which we'll do on camera. I'll just fast forward a couple of things. So once you do all your this area right here, this portion, and it goes step by step, next thing you're gonna do is ready for battle, and it tells you step by step how to set that up, everything. To even set up the objective, you can turn your quest into what your objective is, your patron job into that. It says you everything. It even tells you how to set up your your actual battlefield. So ready for battle. Everything is just step by step. So, and again, these are your campaign turns. So you travel, what you're going to do inside of your world, you do your battle, and then you do your post-battle sequence. And that is going to be a full campaign turn. That's what we're going to do, or start up on Friday. So today we were just finishing up our character, session 0. We did our character creation yesterday, well, the majority of it. Anything we need now is a crew name, a ship name, and I was going to kind of look through this book right here. But again, it's definitely not needed, but it just has some extra additional goodies. And I was curious about adding the psionics into the game, and how you would go about adding the psionics into the game. We still don't have a name for. Maybe, let's see, Mrs. Coach can help out too with the ship name and the crew name. That's all that we need. Ship name and the crew name. So I want to play with that, because since it's my crew, I want it to be a special name and not just any randomly selected name. So maybe I'll hold off on that. Powers of the mind. We're going to actually look that up, because there are certain steps that you have to go through to actually add it into your game. So if you have the 5 Parsecs From Home, just the 3rd edition, again, which is all that you need right here. So, right. But this one, the Compendium, has a bunch of different, I think it's a few books mixed into, or just thrown into one book. So you've got some extra character options. You can add psionics into your game. That's what we're going to turn to real quick. You've got new training, new bot upgrades. Because I don't think, I don't know. So you've got new ship parts and psionic equipment. You got I think we kind of went over a little bit of this and stuff in the beginning. I wasn't sure, but who's tuned in now may not be the same people tuned in earlier. But let's go ahead and turn to 17. Because I was just curious. It's got different, again, other missions, but I think we're going to just stick with the missions inside of that first, and then play around with some of this stuff inside of here. And let's see. So yeah, maybe we can add this. Maybe we can have a chart, where we can, because you've got stealth missions, street missions, and savage missions. But we'll pause on there. I'm gonna go to 17. Let me look at the new character options because I haven't actually. So we've got Skulkers and Crag, or I'm not sure exactly. Let's see. They're a species of short, stocky humanoids after their homeworlds were destroyed in a cataclysmic disaster. Many fled, while other survivors have become experts asteroid miners, scraping out a living in the remnants of their home systems. They can be found throughout fringe space, either scoring for resources to send back to the crag diaspora, or opting to abandon their doomed origins and embrace life as distant traders, mercenaries, bounty hunters, colonists, or more. Toughness is a 4. See, it has special abilities. Oh, look, it gave you even more information. Crab Colony Worlds. It gives you more information about the characters. Because I don't think it's like that in this one. Let me look at that real quick, because I don't think it is. See, here's your character creation. So again, it just has your, let's see, let's start in here. These are aliens, different aliens that you can pick. It doesn't have all that. Let's see, so word. You've got special abilities. You've got campaign considerations. If a random party member gets into a fight or argument, it will always be a Craig. Interesting. It's got Craig Colony Worlds are rare. If you wish to visit one, it will always have the busy street markets, vendetta system, and world traits. Let's see, adding crag colonies to your known worlds list costs 1 story point. That's what I was going to try to do. Create some type of galaxy, create my own homebrew world for my 5 Parsecs From Home crew. That's what I was thinking about. But I wasn't sure exactly where to start, but I guess the best place to start is just to kind of begin. And that would be where we're about to, the world that these characters are about to visit. That would probably be the best place to start in creating, in my own creation, creating my own type of world traits to the world, different, NPCs that will be in this particular world or known, different patrons and stuff. So again, these are ideas I'm just kind of playing with, but I like how they do that historical background, and they even have role playing too. You can role, so that's what's up. While Craig, okay, let's see. And then you've got skulkers. So as they look like rodents. So are rodent-like humanoids living at the edge of Unity-controlled space. While they only control a few systems, they have spread far and wide, particularly in the chaotic fringe sectors. Skulkers are the only organic species known to have absolutely no concept of instinctual prejudice, making them an easy hire for spacefaring missions where getting along in confined spaces is required. So look at the speed is 6. That's pretty nice. See, of course, they've got all that cool information for them as well. Got Craig miniatures too. And so, of course, you've got a new primary alien table mixed with the other ones because you have an engineer, a pharaoh, a K Aaron, which is one of them. Soulless, Swift, yeah. So these are in the core books. So let's see. The term, I want to say this, how you pronounce this, psionics, covers a range of related phenomena that allow mental manipulation of the surrounding world. The precursors maintain it stems from an innate understanding of the cosmic flow of energy. Swift rely on ritualistic chants. These sound interesting. That affect the submolecular vibrations of the world around them, or so it has been explained. Others use drug or technology enhanced techniques to tap into and project extra dimensional energy. I like that. I haven't read this part yet, so this is interesting. These energies, regardless of how they are accessed and channeled, can produce startling and tangible effects on their surroundings. Psionics, okay. Psionics can dramatically change both the tactical environment and feel of the setting. Games using psionics tend to feel more space fantasy, I like it, which might appeal or not depending on your own preferences. While users of psionics, okay, do exist in the unified space setting, they are very rare. Even if you prefer the published world, you are fully justified in omitting their usage. They sound pretty interesting. Like I said, I was thinking, just utilizing. I'm not going to touch the missions inside of this book. I'm going to run them through an actual, just a regular campaign inside of Five Parsecs, the core rule book, and then take it to this. But I was thinking about adding this into this campaign. But it does say that you have to roll them up. That I did see. So I was randomly looking over here. So psionics in your crew. So when creating a new crew to begin a campaign, you may pick any one crew figure to be psionic, noting any species restrictions given below. So make the determination before rolling up the rest of their profile in other words, you cannot roll up your characters and then choose who is psionic. So even though you can't choose, I was just going to, since I have 6 characters, okay, because first we'll see. I don't know if bots are. So listen, any type of bot can never be psionic. All right. So let's see. We'll just do a quick roll. We'll just do it like that. We'll do a roll and see which one of these will be the psionic. Let me read a little bit more. So once you begun a campaign, which we're getting ready to, anytime you acquire a new recruit, you may opt to pay 1 story point or 10 credits. Sheesh, 10 credits. Yeah, they tripping. I only have 16 credits. That's why I have to get my money in. They tripping. So let's see, 10 credits to have them be psionic, provided you do not currently have one in your crew. Okay, once you have begun a campaign, anytime you acquire a new recruit, you can opt to pay 1 story point or 10 credits. Now, I could have sworn, what do you call it, in the world thing, the world steps. That's what you're going to go through. That's what we're going to go through on Friday's video. But it'll be a whole lot less, what do you call it, because we'll be able to chop it up. I'll be the one chopping it up. Let's see. So right here, look, see, we can recruit, you know, let's see. I'm trying to see how many characters that we can have though. I know that you can do more than I think 6 is like the basic. Let's see. Main rules, character creation. Here we go. So, and it's super easy. Like I said, background, motivation, and class. Just your that's your basic character creation after you pick your species, and you just roll on a table and just get what you get. And you get extra stuff inside of it, like you might increase your savvy. You get to increase some abilities, your combat skill. Sometimes you might get 1d6 credits, so you can, and the credits are shared amongst your crew. Let's see, getting to a good stopping point. But let me see. So you receive 6 crew members. I think that you can go over because I want to make one of them psionic. I don't want to just kill one of them off just to make one of them. So, but I definitely don't want to pay that money. Maybe I'll do maybe 1 story point. Let me see. We have 11 story points. So let's just say, because for the most part, we've begun. I don't know. Do we want to do that? Let's read a little bit more. Let's see. Additionally, let's see. Let's see. You may never have more than 1 psionic as part of your crew at any one time. And you can recruit. That's what I was trying to show you guys before just in case you didn't see. Hopefully you saw it. Yeah, all right. I won't complain about the lack of index because the color coded, like I said. So you can recruit and you can expand your crew. All right. So, but I think I have to pay extra. I'll show you. But I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I only need another sheet. Wish I could just take that bot off, but I don't want to have. Well, I guess it's not bad. 7 characters. I don't know, but they have such basic, what do you call it, stats and stuff. We'll see. All right, let's just keep reading. Let's see. Limitations due to a mixture of physical strain and having to commit time to honing psionic rather than physical skill. Psionic tends to be limited on traditional soldiering qualities. When creating a psionic character, apply rolled ability scores increases as normal. However, once the character is part of the campaign, they are unable to increase combat skill any further through experience points. Alright. They can only ever use weapons that have either the pistol or melee traits, so nothing to, see, psionic determination, power determination. Once a psionic has been recruited into your crew, determine their powers, roll d10 twice on a table below to determine their two starting powers. In the event rolling the same power a second time, choose either the power that is one number higher or lower on the table. This might not be a bad option if we choose. So once we go through our campaign, if we want to recruit, I'm going to think about that. Because if I add somebody else onto it, I not only am I have to pay for them once we land on different worlds, like it's more money to what do you call it? Because you have to pay for different things where what do you call it? Pay for your crew, like for the food, different things, different things for them that they wouldn't necessarily need. You would typically pay that credit or those credits as soon as you touch down into the world. So I'm going to think about it. But so far, they seem pretty interesting using your powers. And there's also something else that I did see in here. Let's see, the legality of psionics. When using psionic characters in a campaign, world generation steps gain an additional step after travel step 4. So let's see. Boom. So this is something I guess extra that you would roll onto. So sometimes they would be illegal. So they'll draw attention. Psionics are common enough to cite that they do not result in any unusual effects. If psionics are illegal has a little section right there. I mean, it sounds pretty interesting to add into the game. I like it. Let me see. Before we head off, let me look at this. Let's see if there's something else I want to look at real quick. So, let's see, new training kits. Oh, fancy. So, any of the following training courses may be taken using the rules in post-battle step. 10. Invest in advanced training. Word. So you can do a freelance certification. This counts as a permanent Patreon license. That's pretty dope. An instructor, when a figure in the crew applies for future advanced training, you do not have to. These sounds pretty good. A fixer, tactical course. Let's see. It has new bot upgrades. You've got psionic equipment. We've got a bunch of different game options. Let me see. There's something else that I want to look at. Boom, boom, boom. This section right here, here go your different game options that you can add in. It's got some pretty cool stuff in here. Expanded quest progression. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna just brainstorm on my crew name, and I'm gonna continue reading through this book. And as I learn, I'm gonna share with you more. But I'm definitely gonna take. I'm enjoying kind of reading through it, and I am gonna start reading through the actual setting in the Five Parsecs from Home. It actually has that 136. Do 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 do. So I'm gonna take the time to look through that. So maybe I can come up with some ideas, so then I can kind of homebrew my own 5 parsecs from home world. So yeah, which would be interesting. Maybe we'll do that live and stuff. So, but yeah, everybody who tuned in tonight, thank you so much for the time, your time, and anybody who tunes into the live later, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for the help and assistance as well. I'm going to head out and head to bed so I can kick back and relax before bed. Thank you, Glee. I appreciate your help and your creativity along the way. And thank you for the support. So, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you guys, I guess, on Sunday when I go live again. All right. And peace, you guys. Have a good week, too.